It's now time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023. I'm Bob Rechtenwald. This is Scooter.
Whoop, whoop.
Scott Callies.
How are you?
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That's it, huh? Not bad. Okay. Good show.
Thank you very much.
See you guys
see you Monday.
Monday morning.
Monday morning. No, not too bad. See, the heat doesn't bother me as much as it bothers a lot of folks. So
It's because you're out in it a lot.
I am out in it a lot, and I don't sit in the air conditioning. I don't use air conditioner in my truck unless I have passengers. You know, it just kind of.
You keep a heater going 24/7 at work.
And I actually keep a heater going at work, and I don't like to go in and out of the cold into the hot. So not too bad, but I tell you, it's been brutal. So again, we mentioned this Wednesday when I was here. If you have a neighbor that you haven't seen outside much, you might want to go check on them. Anybody that you know has got upper respiratory issues, go check on them. Just make sure they're okay. The heat takes a toll on the old folks, and
they do.
Just need to check on them.
It does, yes. So. It's like I said, you know, I was the same way back when I did construction. I couldn't go in and out of the cold because every time you went back in that heat, you're breaking down again. Your body's like, oh my God. It goes into this shock of, man, this is hot. So just, you know, keeping the windows rolled down as you drive around where you got a little air movement, but it's still the same temp, seemed to be better for me. And you're a lot of the same way. I mean,
it just keeps your body more regulated than in and out.
And it helps you to get used to this kind of heat.
Yeah. Where
you can actually work in it.
The big thing that I've been told is if you stop sweating, it's time to get somewhere a little bit cooler and get you some water, get you something to drink with some electrolytes, and be good.
Yeah, you could be getting into some trouble.
Getting into the dehydration zone.
Yep. That is true.
Been to the fair?
I did. I finally went last night. We go to the fair every year. I mean, I like the exhibit buildings. It's kind of nice not having kids that you got to do rides, you know. So we just went in and went through all the exhibit buildings. They're nice and they're air conditioned now, and so they were really comfortable. Their air conditioners are doing great because it was really cool inside those buildings, and they were full. I mean, they I think they said they only had one booth open,
right?
And so we got to go around and talk for a while and enjoy, and then got us a quick bite to eat. And
what'd you eat?
At the curb.
At the curb.
Yeah.
What'd you have?
Burger.
A burger.
A burger.
A burger.
They were limited. I mean, they weren't doing full menu, and I don't blame them because there was just so many people. But yeah, they were limited burgers, some steak fries with queso and different things. But it was cool.
Pretty good.
Not as many food vendors as I thought there had been. There was a.
You know, it used to be they didn't allow food vendors at all, except for what they had Kiwanis, and there was one other that did food, and that was it.
Usually I get a Kiwanis burger, so we changed it up this year.
Changed it up a little bit.
Yeah, little change.
Did you walk through the livestock area?
I walked through the area. We didn't go through. There was a lot of people over there looking at animals and stuff, so we didn't fight our way through the lines, but we were right there by there. You can tell you're getting close. You can smell it.
Folks, what we're talking about, if you're new to the area, it's Baxter County Fair Week, and tonight is Friday. They'll have all kinds of things going on today at the fair.
I think today is the last day that you can do the ride passes.
I think that was last night. Wednesday and Thursday, I think, was the only nights they were doing that.
Pretty sure it was Thursday and Friday, but I may be wrong.
Well, let us just look. We have the old handy-dandy cheat sheet here. And it doesn't mention anything about it, so I guess that handy-dandy cheat sheet didn't work. Oh, let's see here.
But if you get there, you know, ask about the passes. If they have them, it's $30, and you ride as much as you want.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Wednesday, Thursday. However, nonetheless, it's Baxter County Fair Week. It's an opportunity to get out and see some friends, neighbor, and family you haven't seen in a long time. Go in there and check out all the hard work those FFA kids from all across Baxter County put into raising those livestock show animals for you to look at. They'll leave here, go to the district fair, and then from the district fair, they're going to the state fair, and just a good time. So Let's go to prayer.
All right. I get my mouse to work. Go ahead.
Morning prayer is brought to you by Roller Funeral Home. With all our respects, not just their motto, it's the way they do business. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Home, and now the morning prayer. Lord, just thank you for the day that you've given us, Lord. The weather is hot, but it is good, Lord. We just thank you for that. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with all those that are traveling over to the fair. I believe today is senior day. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with them. Keep them safe, keep them cool. Let them know that there are areas that they can go to be cool. Lord, we just thank you for all that you do in our lives. And we want to pray for our traveling student athletes, not just from Mountain Home, but all the surrounding areas as they go on to compete in different activities. Lord, we just pray that you'll be with those children that are working the fair with their animals today. Lord, just pray that you will be with the elderly, the old folks that are home alone and may need to be checked on. Lord, send someone to check on somebody today. Lord, we just thank you for who you are and what you do in our lives. And it's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Roller Funeral Home, Highway 5 North, just past Hospital Drive, the biggest American flag you've ever seen. When you see it, pull in their driveway, go talk to them about funeral services, cemetery plots, the mausoleum, pre-planning, all those things that you don't ever want to talk about, but you need to get taken care of. Renata Jenkins Bylander staff do a wonderful job with 29 locations in Arkansas and one in Memphis, Tennessee. If you don't know where the nearest Roller Funeral Home is to you, give them a call at 870-425-2161, and they'll be glad to help you find the nearest Roller Funeral Home to you. And now it's time for a quick word from Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793, retiredtoarkansas.net. We'll be back in just a moment.
Oh, honey, we've had such a wonderful vacation here in the Ozarks. I really hate to go home.
I know. The lakes, the rivers, they've all been great for fishing. Oh, and the boating and the swimming.
And the people are so nice in the stores and restaurants.
Let's call an agent and see if we can make Mountain Home our new home.
Call the Z-Team, 870-405-0793. Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East Mountain Home.
870-405-0793. Hello, Z-Team?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for the weather, the lake levels, dam reports, all brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793. Retiredtoarkansas.net is our website. And today we see the fog.
We do. It's not as bad. You can see a little bit of the...
You can see the old Witch's Hat water tower.
Yeah. So it's not as foggy.
But however, it is still foggy.
You do not want to see the zoom in camera.
No, we don't want to see the zoom. Folks, there is nothing wrong with the camera.
No, it's zoomed into some pretty bright fog.
You have another one of your good still shots, not that.
Yeah, let me see what I can find. You go ahead, and I'm going to see what I can find here for you.
What we're generally looking at is a shot of the White River from the Marion County side back into the Baxter County side this morning. It's all covered with fog. Scooter's going to pull up another picture here in just a minute.
Trying to find a good one.
If you look way to your left on a clear day, the city of Bull Shoals. Off to your right would be the city of Mountain Home. Straight ahead would be the state of Missouri. And what you can't see due to the fog is the city of Cotter right now. You know that grass continues to grow in Cotter year-round because of the fog.
Yes, it does.
Unbelievable. There's a great shot. There's the old Witch's Hat water tower. The city of Mountain Home would be nearly straight ahead there if you could fly as a crow, and if that's where you'd be. That is Contractors Trust with the railroad tracks there, the railroad depot there in front of you. This is what we call God's country here. If you'd like to take a look to see what might be available for you to purchase, check out retiredtoarkansas.net, click on MLS listings or our listings, and you can see what's there. If you find something that tickles your fancy, give them a call at 870-405-0793. They'll be glad to help you. I'm going to go ahead and run through some temperatures while Scooter's messing with the camera shot, if there's anything else to look at. Currently in Mountain Home, it's 76. Harrison is 73. Batesville, 76. Yellville is 76. Marshall, 72. Salem, 75. Mountain View, 72. Calico Rock, 76. West Plains, Missouri is 75. Springfield, Missouri, 76. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, 74. St. Louis, Missouri is 77. And that is the current temperatures around the area. And let's go take a look at the radar. Currently, as you can see, there's some rain up in Iowa that's going into Wisconsin, it should all be out of the area probably by 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. The rest of the rain has gone way over to the East Coast. Let's zoom into the state of Arkansas and see what we've got going on here.
Absolutely nothing.
It's kind of like the way we like it right now, a little bit of nothing. From Rogers to Blytheville, from Fayetteville over to Jonesboro, Fort Smith over to Memphis, Conway to Little Rock, Hot Springs, Pine Bluff, Texarkana to Greenville, Mississippi. The state of Arkansas is clear from one corner to the next, from side to side. Look at there, Scooter. We might be in a heat warning.
No, I think we may be in the advisory.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? It's close enough to be hot. Because if they're that accurate, something's wrong.
That's true. They're not accurate anywhere else.
All through the central United States, we're all covered up by excessive heat or at heat advisory. Nonetheless, folks, it's hot out there. Stay warm. Stay warm. Stay cool. There we go. 7-day forecast. Hot today, high of 97, mostly clear tonight, low of 74. There is a heat advisory. Saturday, it's going to be high of 95, chance of rain. I think they just put that in there to keep folks with some hope. High on Sunday, high of 82 degrees, chance of rain on Sunday, chance of rain Sunday night, low of 66. Monday, high of 83, low of 64, and on Tuesday, high of 84. Let's look at, take an advanced look. High on Wednesday, near 80. High on Thursday, near 80. That's going to be pretty nice. We may have to break out a sweater.
Mm-hmm.
The pollen looks like none for tree today, tomorrow, or Sunday. Moderate today, low tomorrow, none on Sunday for grass. Ragweed is moderate today, low tomorrow, and low on Sunday. Lake levels and dam reports. Lake Norfolk 554.45, which is 2.45 above full pool. Currently unable to report generation. They're just not generating any. They do have 2 spillway gates open at 3,900 CFS, which is cubic feet per second. Lake Bull Shoals 659.47, which is 0.47 above full pool of 659. Currently running 1 generator at minimum flow. So there you go, Scooter. That's lake levels, dam reports, and all the updates brought to you by Bob and Linda Zdora, the Z-Team, Century 21 LeMac Realty. 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. We'll be back in just a moment with community news and happenings brought to you by Moore Warehouse and Mountain Home.
Hi, Brett, Fritz, and Paisley here at Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road. Mower Warehouse has the largest selection of Ferris zero-turn mowers in stock. 0% financing available. Mower Warehouse also services all brands of mowers. We offer free delivery. Come see us for all your mower needs. That's Mower Warehouse on Buzzard Roost Road, where your business is appreciated.
Going on now through June, up to $500 off select mowers at Mower Warehouse, with no money down and payments as low as $89 per month.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for community news and happenings brought to you by Moore Warehouse and Mountain Home. Highway 178 East out toward the bypass on the right-hand side of the road. You'll know you're there when you see the mowers in the air.
And mowers everywhere.
And mowers everywhere.
They do. They still got mowers all over the place.
They're starting to plant a few out there on 62 East.
Yeah, they're starting to get that remodeled and get a few mowers out there. And be a nice location.
Mower Warehouse is the authorized dealer for Ferris mowers with the cool coil spring suspension.
Last weekend for the rebates.
Last weekend for the rebates.
End of the month it ends.
If you want a rebate on a mower, you check them out, up to $500 off on all kinds of stuff. We won't get into what all, but there's all kinds of stuff.
They offer finance and they can get you taken care of.
There you go. Let's talk about what's going on. We've got the military past and present first responders appreciation night, which is September 1st in the Harrison ball game. There'll be a dinner for all the EMTs, fire departments, military, past and present, the police departments. Youth Bowling League sign-up party will be tomorrow, the 26th, from 9:30 to 11:30, ages 5 through 18. If you're interested in youth bowling, go out to Driftwood Lanes. They'll be holding their youth sign-ups at that time. You can give them a call at 870-492-5001. Free hot dog, sodas, and 3 games of bowling. This is a good precursor for getting on the high school team. Get involved in the youth program, and then you go on from there. As far as other community news that we got going on, of course, we talked about the Baxter County Fair that's going on now. The livestock show and the premium auction will be this afternoon, which is just a good time. Go over and check it out. It's awful hot, but you can sit in there under a fan and check it out.
And go into those exhibit buildings, cool down a little bit.
Go in now that all those are air conditioned. That'd be pretty good to do too. On August 23rd, a family lost a mobile home. Was a Mountain Home High School football player and his family lost a home. Bridges of Mountain Home. It's a nonprofit organization who help students with basic needs. They have set up a fund for the family. You can give them a call at 870-421-0999. Let them know that you're interested in helping this young man just get some more stuff, because they lost a lot of stuff apparently. So that'd be something everybody can wrap around and get things taken care of. Scooter, you got anything?
I don't.
Got drop in with Dewey at Mountain Home Public Schools at the administration office. Allison Dewey will be hosting a drop in Friday from 8:30 to 3:30 at the administration office. She is the new superintendent of schools from Mountain Home. Go see Miss Dewey. Share your concerns with her. Let her inform you on what's going on in the district, and it'd be good to get to know her. That's really all I've got, Scooter. We've got This Week in Real Estate coming up on the XL7 show. Never mind. It just kind of flew right by me. Shoo. This has been Community News and Happenings, brought to you by Moore Warehouse and Mountain Home. We'll be back in just a moment with This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area, with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
All you've ever wanted was a place to write your story. You hear it's not the right time to buy or sell a house, but really, the best time is when it's right for you. The real estate markets, they change, they go up, they go down. One thing that doesn't change is where you want to be in your life. The professionals you team up with will make your story happen. The Z Team are the professionals you need to hire for your next chapter. So call the Z Team at 870-405-0793, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Are you?
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora. Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793 is their number. Retiredtoarkansas.net is their website. Seems like I start that, I can't stop till I get all the way through.
You got to run the whole thing.
That's it. How are you, sir?
I'm better, thank you. I apologize for missing the past couple of weeks. I was, and I thank everybody for their cards and sympathy and phone calls and texts and all the other things on the passing of my ma, and I thank you for that. So we're back, and she's in a better place. And I'm back where I belong, in my place.
Scooter and we held the fort down for you.
I knew you would. I had no doubt that you guys would do a good job.
Yeah, I said we held it down. I didn't say we did a good job keeping it under control, but we did hold it down.
Yes, you did.
Things are the same, busy,
yeah,
I'm sure.
Yeah.
We had Baxter County Fair Board here. Are y'all participating in the fair as
No,
the Z team?
I've got I got other things to do.
Lots
Probably
other
God's
fish to
honest
fry.
truth. Yeah, I got other things going on.
Yeah.
We used to do it. I mean, that's that, and you should do that when you're getting started. And you don't know anybody here, and you don't know how to. That's where you go and you learn your people skills. Mm-hmm. You go there and you start to talk to people, and you start to develop your little banter, and you start to what to say, what not to say, how to say things, how to read people a little bit when they're coming through. Mm-hmm. You get the people
who to talk about and who not to talk about.
Yeah, well, you don't talk about anybody because everybody, and that's the other thing you learn, because everybody here is related to somebody else.
That's my point.
So you got to be real careful with that. But just to be able to talk to people and start to learn how you work on your people skills, and that's so important.
Yeah, you give me a hard time about knowing who has this or who has that or who does what.
Yep.
That's exactly where I pick a lot of that up at, is because you learn about the old Smith farm that was sold to the Joneses, who ended up giving them to the Jacksons, and
Yep.
they had 6 kids and they all took a portion of it, and here's who's got what left. And it's an acquired skill.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And you just keep up on stuff. When Mr. Prevey was here, he mentioned that back in the 40s when they used to meet at Buford, and it was just a big gathering of friends and family, and then it evolved to what is now the Baxter County Fair, and they would bring their huge pumpkins and their big cucumbers and their bright red tomatoes, and they would do some swapping around.
Yeah.
Our world needs some of that again.
Oh, definitely.
And thank God for these small community fairs.
Yes, sir.
These county fairs that are going
because
around.
this one, and then we've got ours in Marion in September, middle of September. It's like the 13th, 14th, and 15th, somewhere in there. Mm-hmm. And to see people get together, and they see people that they haven't seen for a year. They get together, and that's what all these county fairs. That's really what they did start as. Showing off what you've grown during the course of the summer, mm-hmm. and showing off your pigs and your cows and ducks, whatever else it may be. That's true Americana.
And then it won't be long before it'll be time for the turkey trot.
Oh yeah.
And that's just another
big event.
Just another gathering of friends and family.
Yes. Oh yeah. And no more. And they figured it out last year. They threw stuffed turkeys.
Stuffed turkey,
little toy turkeys,
Yeah.
little, and nobody got hurt. The birds are all good. Life is good. We were able to continue on.
There you go.
But truly, that is Americana, and that's one of the things that people come here for. They want to see that part of America that they've got up in here. That Petticoat Junction. Real McCoys, the things that they had, Green Acres, that they grew up with, and that's what they're looking for. Now it's not here, but they're trying to duplicate it in some ways.
Mountain Home is not Mayberry, but it's the closest you're going to get.
Yeah, probably, yeah. Cities are very, very scary right now, Bob. Very scary.
You were in Chicago for your mom, and how relieved. At what point on that trip does your blood pressure start coming back to normal?
Just as soon as you go out of the driveway and you make the left instead of the right. Things are bad in these cities. I mean, we see it, but you can see why people are trying to get here the way they are. And it's the same in Denver. It's the same. We talk to people from all over, and they're all just, had enough. Just had enough.
When you travel like you do, especially when you go back up north, do you have a tendency to pick up the real estate papers and see what's happening in those areas?
I just kind of blow through them a little bit because I know that the markets aren't the same, and we're going to sell Ma's house, and I gave them some suggestions, and I told my sisters, I said, this is the girl that they picked. That's fine. We kind of gave them a list here. Pick these because they all have done business here. Linda was on it down here and could tell. And to be able to have them, to tell them, look, this is her market. I can give you some ideas, but go with whatever she tells you to do because she works here all the time. I know how the big market works, but all these little individual suburbs and subdivisions and things like that, they're all unique. I said, she'll know what to do. So my sister texted me yesterday and said, "Oh God, what a star she is! She's going to be great." And okay, good. That's all I want to know. I just want it to go smooth. That's all.
Just get her done.
Exactly. Just get it done.
You know, you've had a little bit of time. You've done some research. You've pulled some numbers back from 2019 up to present. Let's go over those a little bit.
Yeah, it was kind of interesting. We had talked about this before. When every week I do a year-to-date comparison between this year and the previous year. So I went back to 2019, and in 2019 there were 716 sales for $106 million. Time on market was 134 days, so pushing 3 months. The average sale price was $148. Now that was pre-COVID. 19 was totally pre-COVID. For 20, as COVID was starting to set in a little bit, there had been 723 sales year to date for $116 million. 146 days on market with an average sale price of $161. So market was starting to come up a little bit. People were starting to come here. We were selling off some of the homes that had been unoccupied for a while, that were sitting, that when we were looking at homes, there were 500 homes on the market. Those were starting to sell. In 2021, there were 824 sales here in our MLS year to date for $160 million, 91 days on market. That number just really shrunk up with an average sale price of $194. So that was a pretty big jump. For last year, there were 788 sales for $173 million. The average sale price was $220 with 83 days on market. Now last year the interest rates were starting to affect us, and people were buying things, anything that was there, they were just kind of looking for a win. You know, they missed a house, they missed another house, and they were buying things just to get here. And then for this year, the interest rates have fully kicked in, and we're down to 682 homes, which still isn't a bad number. 682 and having, there we go, 682 homes have sold, for $156 million. The average sale price this year is $228 with 89 days on market. So in a matter of 5 years, the average sale prices have jumped from $148,000 to $228,000. And that's a pretty big, for this area here, that's a
$80,000 jump.
Yeah, that's a big jump in a pretty short period of time. And now with the interest rates being what they are, we're starting to see the market starting to slow down, because you can't afford both. You can't afford that much of a rate increase on homes plus a 7+% interest rate. We're looking for the rates to probably come down a little bit this week. The 10-year note fell some yesterday, and that's what it's based on. It's not based on the other thing, the prime rate. It's based on the 10-year note. That 10-year note fell a little bit yesterday. We'll see how that shakes out into mortgage rates. But I foresee things getting loosening up a little bit. But we're seeing the market slowing down. You know, we look at as I look at the numbers for the week, the number of homes that came on the market has picked up some. The number of sales has fallen some. Using the number of how many taking backups. You know, we were running 5, 6, 7 taking backups. This week there's only 3. So the market, and it's slowing down a little bit anyway. You got school started, and those are all considerations into this. The political aspect starts to take effect. We go into presidential years. That always slows down. I mean, you can follow that map 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it's that the presidential years are just tough, and they will get tougher coming into 24. There's no question.
Rumor has it that since it's a presidential election year, that the rates will come down some.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt that the rates will come down some, because it's always the Bill Clinton's guy. He came out and he put the sign up on the wall. It's the economy, stupid, and that's exactly what it is. It's the economy. It's what do people feel when they go to the store, when they try to buy a gallon of milk, put gas in their car, try to buy a home, pay rent. I mean, the rents are like amazing what people are getting for rent. because there just isn't, and it's all supply and demand.
You call it amazing, I call it crazy.
Yeah. We're pretty close.
You have numbers for last week?
I do. This week in real estate, there were 49 new listings came on the market, 3 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 33 homes came on the market. They ranged in price from $34,000 to $1.1 million. And like I say, there's 3 of those that are taking backups. There were 46 sales, 1 commercial property, 13 parcels of land, 21 homes sold. They ranged in price from $59,000 to $595,000. Average sale price this week was $280,000 with 71 days on market, and a total is $8.6 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 7 properties expired, 25 had price changes, and we have 65 pendings waiting to close. Currently, there's 265 homes listed on the MLS, so that number has been steadily rising and rising and rising, and that's the good thing of it is more people will come if they have more than 1 or 2 houses to look at, and that's really where we need to be. Like I had said before, year to date, this year there's been 788 homes have sold for $173 million. Average sale price this year is $220,000 with 83 days on market. And that was wrong. This year, there's been 682 homes have sold for $156 million. Average sale price this year is $228,000 with 89 days, and last year it had been $220,000. So the interest rates are right now. I got my email from Chris Nassari. 30-year is 7.125 with the 1% with the 1% fee. On a 15-year loan, it's 6.75 with the 1% Boy, I'm never going to get there. I'll never get it right. FHA is 6.5, and VA is 6.5, and rural RD loans are 6.5 with the 1% fee on that as well. So, and I'd expect that they'll fall a little bit this year. This year, the next couple, but don't. Yeah, but they do have to buy, because your debt to income ratio is still the same. People are making more money, but they're not making that much money to make up the difference with the cost of the house plus the interest rates.
So, but you may have to buy a little lesser home.
Right.
The key is, if you're ready to get into a home and you have your down payment set, you got all your debt to income ratio set, buy the home. Readjust your interest as it comes down, if it comes down.
Yeah.
The prices of homes aren't going to correct themselves as fast as the interest rate will.
Oh, right. And you can always refi. I mean, what do they marry the house? Date the rate.
Just date the rate.
Yeah, just date the rate, and that's where you're at with that. I mean, if you go someplace, see if they will do that for you. So look, in the next 6 months, if the rates drop 0.5%, can we refi this without some of the fees on there?
Put it in your contract.
Get it done when you're sitting down talking to your bank. Local banks.
How do they get you?
Call my honey. Call my Linda. She's at 870-405-0793. Look at the website, retiredarkansas.net. All the MLS is on our website. It's current. Stay off of Zillow and Trulia if you're looking at homes. You're just going to make your head hurt. Best thing to do, get a good realtor, get somebody who knows the business. If you're thinking of coming on the market, if you have to come on the market, give us a call. And because we're seeing, as I go through these every week, we're seeing some that there are realtors that are taking any listing at any cost, and you're not helping the clients at all.
No.
And then people think that that's how much their house is worth. And so then when you go back in on the second round, because they didn't sell, they go, well, they said it was worth this much. And it's hard to go in and tell them, they were really, really wrong.
Somebody's wrong.
Yeah.
And it's not me.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're still on the market. So
Yeah.
If it was priced right, you would have had, how many showings did you have? That's the other big thing, is how many showings you can tell right away.
This has been This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora, Century 21 LeMac Realty, 870-405-0793.
Yes, sir.
retiredarkansas.net.
There you go.
We'll be back in just a moment. Friday Sports, Coach Steve Airy, Coach Greg Crow.
Go Bombers.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of...
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Welcome back to XL7-TV. It's Football Friday on XL7-TV. This morning, my guests are Coach Steve Airy, Coach Greg Crow, Mountain Home Bomber Football. Coach Crow is the head junior high coach. Coach Airy is the head high school coach, the overall head coach. Guys, how are you?
Good.
Coach Crow, you've come in from a long travel.
2 hours sleep.
2 hours sleep.
2 hours.
Still making that trip from over yonder?
I did. I could drive it in my sleep.
I bet you. Yeah, let's not try that, okay?
There's been times I almost have, but I don't know. I mean, what type of place you see Coach Airy every day, so.
There you go. Coach Crow, you took your 8th and 9th grade down to Jacksonville yesterday and played some ball games last night. How'd they go?
8th grade got beat, I think it's 24-0. And, let's just be honest, we got a long way to go with those guys. We're making some progress, but we're not anywhere we need to be to go. But we got some work we got to do. 9th grade we won.
Is the 8th grade a big number? You have a good number of players on 8th grade.
I think we're sitting at about 36 right now. We lost a lot in off season. We got to get some kids back out. But we've got to. We just got a lot of. We got work we got to do. We're gonna have to have a really good off season with those kids and. Get in the weight room. I think our offensive line could be a strength. They really struggled last night, but I think Coach Airy's they got some meanness in them. The offensive line does, and we're getting better. We're getting better. I don't know when we're going to see it, but like we see it. So it's just going to take some time.
They need to realize that there's growth that can be had, and they just need to go after it.
Well, listen. Junior high kids. Sometimes some mature more than others or whatever, but you just got to stick with it and go and be patient with them. And I remind them of that every day. You stick it out with me, we're going to be fine. We'll get it fixed.
There is a big learning curve between 7th grade football and 8th grade football.
It is, and there's a huge learning curve between 8th and 9th.
When I watched them play last year for Coach Martin, they just seemed like they were just tiny.
Yes.
And they look like they're starting to grow, and they're going to start. I think they're going to start doing some good things.
And speed, honestly, right now. And it's not like, and being fair to them, we're playing two kids, ton of snaps in 8th grade on 9th grade team. So they don't have their whole team. Garrett Watts is playing up, and Lemming is playing up. And both did a really, really good job in the 9th grade game last night. So, I mean, so it's not like they have a full boat, you know. So,
who's your quarterback for your 8th grade squad?
We actually played 3 last night.
Did you?
We got 3 different personnel groupings. We got a different quarterback in each one. So, and we're gonna start slowly weeding that down a little bit. I think I know the direction we're gonna go with it. But I mean, we're gonna have to prove that a little bit, you know, before I do it.
How did your 9th grade squad come out last night?
We won 36-18, and I haven't seen the film yet, so I think I think there's a lot of really, really good things, and I think there's a lot of things that we're going to see that we can fix. You know, we started really slow as usual, and I don't think it's because the kids weren't ready to play. I just think it's kind of a bad habit we're getting into, you know, and but we kind of got going and played a really good last, 14 minutes of the first half. And I mean, about everything in the world that went wrong could have gone wrong in the game. I mean, we got called for every penalty known to man. It was worse than Marion almost. But we were up 29-6 at the half and 36-6 2 minutes in the third quarter. And then we weren't going to score the rest of the game. It didn't matter what we did. And honestly, we got our second team defense in there late, and I was actually really, really pleased with how hard they played. They gave some pretty good resistance. I was real pleased with our first team defense. Our defensive coaches, Coach Shea and Coach Hedden, did a really good job. We had a good plan with those kids, and they went and executed the game plan. And we've been having defensive issues, Bob, all summer. Give up a ton of big plays. You know, just not a lot of resistance. But last night, well, they played well, and they played hard, which is the thing I'm most proud of.
How's your depth looking in the 9th grade?
Honestly, it's getting better. We rotated 8 different offensive linemen in the game last night at different spots. We kind of rotating our left tackle and left guard, and we're rotating right tackles right there. And my biggest concern right now is inside linebacker depth and running back depth. We've really only got about 3 guys that are, you know, in between tackles, ball carriers, and we're really playing with like 3 inside linebackers total. So I mean, we could get in a pickle real quick. But I was real proud of our conditioning last night. Nobody cramped up. You know, and for the most part, I mean, we left some points on the board. There's no doubt that things that are easily fixable. You know, so I was pleased with it. First came out, I mean, win and move forward, and the kids were excited. That's what matters, you know.
What's next for the 8th and 9th grade bunch?
They play next week against Lighthouse Christian out of Springfield? Is that where they're at?
Springfield, Missouri. Yes.
Out of Springfield, Missouri. It's home game, which is the earliest we've ever played at home since I've been here. It feels like, which it's 7th, 8th, and 9th that night. So I mean, it'll be
the 31st, I think.
Yeah, and we should have big crowds anytime we have 3 home games. 3 games we got. I mean, it's amazing the turnout we get for games like that. So,
how was the parent support last night down in Jacksonville?
It was good. I mean, it was good, which it always is when we travel, you know. So I'm looking forward to playing Lighthouse Christian personally. You know, so I won't got a little personal vendetta against those guys.
Oh,
I'm just
it don't take much.
It
don't take much. No.
You know,
Coach Harry, what kind of involvement do you get to have being busy with the high school team? How much time do you get to spend down with the junior high guys? Any?
I do a lot better job in the off season than I do during the in season. You know, it's like this morning I'm here, and the other day Frank had Frank's house burnt down. Mm-hmm. We did that, and you know, sometimes stuff comes up. So what I try to do is go over there, and he's got his schedule planned, and it's never around me. He's got his schedule, and I get to go over and work with a little bit of offensive line or work with a little bit of linebackers.
But there's no doubt these players know who Coach Harry is.
Oh yeah.
I need to get in the 7th grade better than I do, but I do a pretty good job. Yeah, I get over there every morning in the 8th grade, especially in the off season. There's some mornings I'm not there during football. But
Coach Crow, in the same hand, how much time do you get to spend with the 7th grade? Do you spend any time with them guys
I don't, because normally in the spring I'm kind of rolling baseball at that point. And my first year here, I went over there about 3 days a week, and a lot of times now we'll be having pitchers roll in the mornings and stuff like that, and or not the mornings, but it's the last block as far as that goes. But I mean, and we do spend a lot of time with our 8th grade in off season. He's running the weight room, and we're doing football stuff.
Yeah, we run in that league in the 8th grade, and we spend a lot of time with our kids.
Yeah.
So.
You think that makes a big difference on how the 9th grade's able to perform together?
100%. I mean, it just, when we leave school, I've got our offense and defense. It's in. I mean, it's a matter of just tweaking it. And
so just building on that after the spring league.
It's in, and we start from the ground up in Thanksgiving with front running Penn State, and kind of go from there, And we try to have them have a pretty good grasp of it coming out of 8th grade, the basics of it, and we got to get to that point this year. Like we're behind. I mean, we're behind with those guys a little bit because we're trying not to skip steps because that's what they need, And but I mean, it's not my first rodeo with a team that's small and stuff like that, and we just got to be patient with it and develop it, and
just make it happen.
Yeah, and it can happen. And I keep telling them, like, done this before.
It's time for us to take a quick break. You're watching Friday Football on XL7-TV. We'll be back in just a moment.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home. At Letty's Mexican Restaurant, we are here to keep you safe during these difficult times, as well as serve you the best Mexican food in the area. That's why we've installed a convenient pickup window for all your to-go and pickup orders, as well as a covered outdoor seating area. Give us a call at 870-435-2532 to order your next meal. And don't forget, Letty's also provides catering for small parties or big events. Experience the best in Mexican cuisine. Letty's in Gassville. If you're looking for something wonderful and delicious, head on over to Paradise Cream for a homemade ice cream experience. With over 20 flavors like German chocolate cake and sea salt caramel, it's always homemade and delicious. Paradise Cream has something for everyone and also carries dairy-free and vegan ice cream options. So whether you like it in a cup or in one of their homemade waffle cones, you're in for a wonderful dessert experience. Located in Mountain Home next to Ramada Inn or at their Harrison address across from Pizza Hut and Castle Rental. Let Paradise Cream cater your next event because you're on your way to paradise.
Well, folks, have you been trout fishing before?
Not since I was a little kid.
You'll do fine.
Hey, what are you doing?
Aren't you coming along?
See you downriver.
How do you start this motor? I've never been in a boat before.
See you downriver.
Well, folks, have you sold a house before?
Yeah, about 30 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, well, you'll be okay then.
You sure?
Where are you going?
See you at the closing.
Hey!
At the closing.
We should have called the Z-Team.
Hi.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Coach Steve Airy, Coach Greg Crower here. We're talking Mountain Home Bomber football. Coach Airy, tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
It is the beginning of the regular season of your 4th year. Can you believe it's been that long already?
It seemed like it. Man.
Seems a little longer sometimes, eh?
It's been a long grind.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem 4 years since me and you met at McDonald's, though. You know?
No, it really doesn't.
It really doesn't. That part's been pretty good.
There's got to be a story there.
Oh, there is. I didn't like him.
You didn't like him?
But, you know, I didn't like
get it. I never did anything to you.
Huh?
You don't like anybody. That's why you want to beat the crap out of everybody.
I did. I told him when I shook his hand, I said, if you want to beat Bellefonte in junior high, I'm your guy. That's what I told him. That's how I introduced myself. I said, I'm your guy.
Coach Airy, what's your take on the Jonesboro organized scrimmage last week?
I thought it was good. It was good from top to bottom. I thought our ones looked good, our twos looked good, our threes looked good. we had a couple misalignments and a couple missed tackles, and you take away some of those things, and it's a real solid evening, you know.
I think that is the first benefit game that I've seen since they started doing them that Mountain Home came away with so few penalties, which is good. They're disciplined.
We think, and I don't know. It seemed like, I don't know. So it's life on the road. You know, we had some questionable calls, and
yeah,
could have went our way, could have went their way, and most of them went their way. But yeah, we had a few penalties, but I just thought it was really solid. Other than we need to tackle a little better, and like I said, we had a couple misalignments that cost us some big plays.
We dealt with the heat, we dealt with the humidity, but you came off the whole game. I think we had one kid cramp up.
Yeah.
And it wasn't long, and he was back in. You know, so it wasn't a bad thing. You know, took him out for a couple plays, and there you go.
Yeah, I just I think we're in decent shape. We've been in the heat all summer, and it's all about how you take care of your body at this point. Because I think we're in shape. We work every day. It's not like we get days off and 4 days.
We don't have an indoor cooled facility that we're practicing in.
And we needed it this week.
Yeah,
cool.
This would have been the week to have it.
Last year we went to Nettleton, and I think we had gotten in like an hour and a half of pads all week, and this year we went in the morning, so we got 3 hours of pads in all week. But we get shorted on quality practice on weeks like this, but it is what it is.
I think from watching it at home, the thing that stood out for me is like we have more depth. I mean, we have more depth. I mean, you don't see. You know,
it is the most depth I've seen in a Bomber squad,
and that doesn't surprise me because I've had those guys in junior high. But we've got more depth, and you know, we've got some sophomores that to me are coming that are going to help your depth even more.
Yeah,
you know, I don't think they're there yet, but I think by week 6 they could be.
Yeah, I agree.
They could be able to help you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Jonesboro dressed out 108 kids. Mountain Home dressed out 72. The size per player, the amount of weight we give up per play is phenomenal. Their offensive line, starting front 5, averaged 275.4 pounds last week.
Even have anybody that weighs that much?
We got 2.
It's going to look like that again tonight, and that's all right. Our guys in condition for a 4-quarter fight. I don't
ready
know.
To go.
You know, they're lean, they're mean.
Jonesboro, Coach Crow had 6 players over 300 pounds.
I know it.
They had 11. They had 11. 250 to 299. And they had 24. 200 to 249.
When we've played those cats in junior high, I mean, the past couple of years when one of their teams has come in here, I mean, they're huge. Yep. I mean, they just dwarfed us, and I mean, so our kids have kind of gotten used to that with them. And
Mountain Home dressed 20 players, 200 to 249. They dressed 5 players, 250 to 300, and 0, 300 and above. Now, the number that I really like seeing, Mountain Home dresses 38 sophomores, 17 juniors, and 18 seniors. Those are the numbers that matter to me. Size, you can work with size. Them bigger guys are going to get tired. They're going to cramp up. They're going to be out of shape. You've got
the key is that the 3.8 in the 10th grade class. That's the key.
The 38, exactly right. The junior class that we've got right now with 17 players should be 25, 35, somewhere in that range. Coach, you handed me the starting lineup for tonight, and the thing that stands out to me the most on this starting lineup, you got 22 guys playing. I don't see anybody that's playing both ways. Nope. Not starting both ways.
No.
I don't know when that's happened last year.
Well, that's the plan of where we got to go. And when we do that, we're going to get good on both sides of the ball, and we're going to play a lot of kids, and we're going to have a lot of depth. And, you know, you'll see Chenoweth a little bit on offense. You'll see Miller a little bit on offense. And you might see Yarborough coming in a big package on defense for some short yardage goal line. But Talon Palmer sometimes gets in the game. Anthony Milburn will double dip as far as we'll get into a nickel defense, and he'll go play the middle safety or the hash safety. But nah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
You
And
know,
I go back to that Ozarks Football League in the spring. We get a lot of guys, some reps that.
And we don't. I mean, a lot of kids are playing baseball. Don't play it, but I mean, listen. I mean, it helps my 9th grade program beyond. And I don't really get to coach it. And I know Brock Vina's done it, and Coach Jay's done it. Last 2 years have helped them out, and I mean, it's a big deal. You know, I mean, it's a big, really big deal, and.
You guys have won that league 3 years in a row. They're going to keep letting you play?
I hope.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You know, you pay to play. They need money. Make that league run. So,
you know, your quarterback, Cade Yates, had a great game Friday night. The backup, Brantley Phillips, had a good game as well. You've got some good depth there. You've had that for the last couple of years. Your running back, Chris Hubbard. You've got another move-in back. I can't pronounce his last name. 27.
Oh, Dalen.
Is he starting to see some reps?
He is not getting probably as many as he wants, but we're happy with him. He's just got to learn the offense, and I think
a learning curve for him.
Yeah, he's going to pay dividends on down the road. When Hub needs a little break, when the tires start getting a little bit thin, yeah, keep Chris a little bit fresh.
We noticed that Friday night you didn't throw much to Corwin Morris. Is that by design?
I think Cade's got his options, got his reads. He's probably a little more confident with some of those other guys right now.
That's subject to change, though.
Corwin missed 3 or 4 weeks in the summer, and sometimes you come back and
a little bit rusty.
He probably was a little bit rusty, and you get into your habits. You know what I mean? You get in the way you do things. But Corwin catches the ball well, and he's gonna make some plays for us. I guarantee you that.
You've got a sophomore center, Nathan Yarborough. Your center from last year has moved over to a different spot. He's over at left tackle. That didn't seem to hurt at all.
No, not at all. We said coming in this year, I said your starting center's going to be a sophomore. We was like, who's going to play tackle? And everything worked out.
That's where Purdue played in junior high.
Just a big body. You need big bodies. Setting those defensive ends got a big body.
Yarborough's tough kid.
Yeah.
He's a tough kid.
He's Friday night strong. He
ain't scared of nothing.
Your Jed Hannaford had a good catch the other night. You see any big changes from what we saw Friday night is going to be implemented tonight?
No, we feel like we got 5 or 6, maybe 7 guys that can catch the ball. It's just Coach Ack does a good job. Kay does a good job of reading it. Kay's throwing a good back shoulder fade right now. He's on target. I mean, we're in a good place right now with our receiving core. Everybody's healthy, and they all know the offense. So,
Kate's so sharp mentally. I mean, like that's such a big deal. You know, I mean, I've told people all the time. I mean, I was able to coach Cole Keelan, and you've dealt with like Cade Yates is Cole Keelan mentally. I mean, there's no question in that. You can't give a better compliment than that. But they are just right there together. They get it.
Yep.
Coach, we haven't won an opening game in a long time, season opener, as far as a regular season game, not the benefit game. We've managed to do that 2 years in a row against Jonesboro. Is tonight?
That's the plan. I mean, that's the plan. I mean, I'm not sleeping right now very good. It's just there's been so much investment going on from everybody involved, and all we got to do is show up and play well, and we'll be fine.
Right.
We just got to play well, and you get in those other years, and you know, man, we're deficient here, we're deficient here, and you're just going, man, I hope that we can hang on or get in the fourth quarter with these guys, but it's not like that right now. We got everything we need to be successful.
Everything's gelled together.
We need a little more size probably at the linebacker spot. We don't have it. That's okay. We probably need a little more size at the defensive line. That's okay. Probably a little more size at the guards. That's okay.
How are we doing health-wise?
We're in good shape. We was pretty sick last week. We had some guys that didn't feel good and played anyway. And
you had a couple that didn't dress at all.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think tonight we're going to have a little better product on the field than what we had last Friday night.
There you go. As the time travels quickly, you've been watching the morning show on XL7-TV. Bomber kickoff starts at 7:30 tonight. We'll see you then.